Thank you, John. And it's my pleasure to welcome to our meeting today Cornelia Laemmli Orth. She's the music director and conductor of the Symphony of the Mountains. And I'll tell you in a few minutes how long she's been here. She was a native of Switzerland. She obtained a diploma in piano from a conservatory in Winterthur and graduated from University of Zurich with Masters in Music Education. When she came to the U.S., she obtained a master's in orchestra conducting from Northwestern University. In Europe, she has been guest conductor in several countries, including back to Switzerland, Czech Republic, and Italy, and others. In the U.S., she has worked with orchestras in New York, Kansas, Brevard, Boone and Asheville, North Carolina, and in Knoxville. Prior to her engagement with the Symphony of the Mountains, she was the music director and conductor of the Oak Ridge, Tennessee Orchestra and Choir. She combines the classical traditions of her old world origins with the unique American flavor, and she's developed a new series of summer outdoor concerts, family events, young people, pops, patriotic music. And she has actually attracted many nationally known artists to appear here with the Symphony of the Mountains. All these attributes have led to Symphony of the Mountains being the first Tennessee orchestra to travel abroad for a European tour with the Kruger brothers, whom she tells me the Kruger brothers will be here in about 3 events. She'll tell you more about that. But they're really great too. So ladies and gentlemen, she's really nationally and world renowned, and she is in demand as a guest conductor. Our Symphony of the Mountains, she tells me, it had a start about 80 years ago as the Kingsport Symphony, a volunteer orchestra, and it's grown since then to where it's a regional and well-known orchestra. And it's really, I think, the crown jewel for our region. And she's been kind enough to bring us some tickets today. And I would really encourage those of you who may have never been to one of the concerts to really go and give it a shot. She has been the longest serving conductor, music director of all in the history of our orchestra. This coming year, she'll be here 20 years. So
I started when I was 6.
Yeah, she was very young. So please join me in giving a warm Kiwanis welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Tim. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm thrilled to be here, and thank you for inviting me and giving me the chance to talk about our wonderful orchestra that was founded in 1946, so 80 years starting in July. I'm very proud of that. Before I start talking, I would like to show you a little video clip that is kind of put together about who we are.
Music connects us to our souls. By entertaining, enriching, and educating, Symphony of the Mountains keeps the music playing. From Kingsport, Tennessee, to Pennington Gap, Wise, Grundy, Abingdon, Johnson City, Bristol, and Blowing Rock, North Carolina, we entertain. In concert halls, school auditoriums, farmers markets, and the historic Paramount Theater, we enrich. Our fully professional orchestra brings the music to the people throughout communities of our region, where children and adults of all ages can experience the unique beauty of live classical music right in their hometown. Our symphony chorus joins many voices from around the region to bring the words alive. We're passionate about educating the next generation of professional musicians and music lovers alike. With our free music lessons for at-risk youth, side-by-side concerts with our youth orchestra musicians, free student concert tickets, Elizabeth Harper Vaughan Concerto Scholarship Competition, and community favorite holiday concert series each year, featuring young musicians from across the region. Your support and donations make all of this possible and keep the music playing. Educating, entertaining, enriching. We are the Symphony of the Mountains.
So that gives you a little bit of an overview, and I'm going to go into more details now. As you heard, our symphony is built on the 3 pillars called entertaining, educating, and enriching. Now, of course, entertaining is kind of the normal, right? People know we're an orchestra, we play music. What you might not know is how many different styles of music we play. Symphony of the Mountains wants to belong to everyone. We do not want to be the orchestra where you only can come when you're rich, educated, have nice clothes, and know when to clap. But we are gearing our programs to everyone, and we're doing many, many different styles of music. I would like to start with the most obvious one. Like when you think of a symphony orchestra, you think classical masterworks. Here is a little bit of a clip about Brahms Symphony No. 1 that we did a few years ago. Here you hear our orchestra, fully professional, with musicians coming from Knoxville, Asheville, Boone, as far as Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, Chattanooga, come together in Kingsport to perform with Symphony of the Mountains. I think this is blocked. Oh, there it goes. So this reminds me of something that it could happen to me. My mother just sent me a picture or a little video clip of a conductor in Finland who was conducting a little too excited like I just was. And his violin soloist was standing so close that he beat the violin out of her hand, and the violin went flying. $1.5 million violin went flying into the orchestra. I'm like, oh, that's not good. I've thrown my stick a few times, but yeah. Okay, so let me not go too long because Jim said I could have a total of 2.5 hours with you. And now that I heard you sing, I think about 2 of those hours will go for choral practice. I'm just kidding. You sounded great. Good. So this is the obvious. We're doing masterworks. Another concert we did recently was a hymn concert with Aaron Blake. You might know him, Grammy Award-winning tenor who lives half in New York, half in Bristol. He sang with us with our choir. The audience got to sing along. The Emery and Henry choir was a part of it. So that was another style of concert. Then we are doing a lot of outdoor concerts. As a matter of fact, in July, so it's upcoming. We're performing on July 3rd at the Cumberland Park in Bristol. And that's going to be all patriotic music to celebrate the 250th anniversary. And then in July, middle of July, we are always doing a tour with 3 concerts in 3 dates in 3 different states. Who came up with that? This year, it's going to be with a famous country singer, Jay Coote. He was the winner of The Voices season 17, and his career is going up. And some of you might know Kanishka Bindada. He used to live here. He's our agent. He got this gentleman to perform with us. He's never performed with a symphony, so we are writing the charts for him. And one of those concerts is going to be in Blowing Rock, North Carolina, one here at Allendale, and one up in Wise. And here's a little clip that you can see what we're doing in Blowing Rock. 5,000 people.
My favorite place to perform is right here at Blowing Rock. This is always my favorite concert of the year. The audience is spectacular, the venue is spectacular. We always play really fun music. So I always love this and look forward to this every year.
We have been guests up there for 18 years. It's an annual event. They have about 5,000 people in the audience. A very classy, beautiful event. And then when we're here, I love Allendale, like with the amphitheater and the beautiful setting. So this is the summer tour we do. We have also performed with many guest pops artists. As a matter of fact, the first year I was here, we had Charlie Daniels. We've had the McLean brothers, we had the Temptations. And then last September, we had this gentleman. We performed with Don Felder from the Eagles to a sold out Eastman Toye Fried Auditorium. And I have to say, when you get to do this, I have to say, if you get to be on stage with Don Felder from the Eagles conducting one of the most famous songs ever written, I kind of had to pinch myself. I mean, that was really cool. And he is such a nice guy, so easy to work with. So a great, great experience for all of us. So this is kind of the entertaining part. We're doing many other things as well, but just kind of to go through the three big categories. Then our next pillar is educating. This is something that people oftentimes know a little less about. So I'm just going to tell you about a few things that we're doing. For example, we have a free student ticket program where all children and students can just come to the hall. They're going to get a free ticket. We have a donor who supports that. We do Elizabeth Harper One Young Artist Competition where students from up to 25 years can apply by video. And then we invite 3 here. We're doing the final rounds. They all get a monetary gift, but the winner also gets to perform with the Symphony of the Mountains. We've had 2 years ago a local a student win, and this year, just 2 weeks ago, we had a cellist from Juilliard who won the competition. So we're attracting people literally from all the US about that. Then we're doing family and school concerts, all different kinds. So we perform oftentimes at the Toye Fried or at Bristol, and then we take that on tour. Because one of the things we want to do is bring the symphony to people who otherwise might not have access. Schools up in Grundy might not have the money to bring their kids by buses down here, so we are going to them. I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself and why I so strongly believe in the symphony should belong to everybody, and we're bringing it to places more rural and to children. So I grew up in Switzerland, and in Switzerland, we believe that everyone should learn the recorder at 7, because that teaches you how to learn the music. And I did that, and when I was 8, this guy came to town, and he founded an orchestra where everyone got to play whatever they played. So we had like 10 trumpets and 3 pianos and 17 percussion and whatever. But we also had 70 kids playing the recorder. And he would write the music for us and take us on tour, and we did radio and TV shows. And I think that's when my passion for music woke up. But then when I was 16, I had a new piano teacher. Her name was Leonore Katsch. And she was a Jewish woman who was deported by the Nazis and was in the concentration camp for a very long time. She survived because of her music. She played for other people who were in the concentration camp. She played for her capturers, so music helped many people. And she was able to escape a short period before the end of the war and found a new home in Switzerland. And when she heard me play at some point, when I didn't know somebody was hearing it, she said, "Cornelia, you're hiding a gift from me. You have this musical gift and you can make a difference in people's lives." And she told me her story. And I think that had such an impression on me, that story and that woman, that I will never stop fighting for let's bring music to everyone, to every place. As rural as it is, we can make a difference with that. And that's what we're trying also to do with these school concerts. You see our friend the dinosaur there. This is from a concert that was called When Instruments Roamed the Earth, where like every instrument was introduced as a particular kind of dinosaur with pictures and music. And Rick McWay from the Barter Theatre was narrating it, and we had the full orchestra play. Here's the Paramount. We sell out those shows. Well, we don't sell them. They're always free for all children. We bring them to this beautiful location and hopefully awake their interest in that kind of music. Then another concert we did was the unicorn. So there was, of course, a unicorn on stage, and the unicorn introduced all its animal friends, and they were all instruments. So the kids were really excited. Then last year we did a show with a ballet company. We did Appalachian Spring, and we brought in a ballet company from Elizabethen, and they came on tour with us and danced to the live orchestra. Now what this does is not just, it's great for the kids, but the ballet students, the kids who get perform with us, they have an experience to perform with a professional orchestra. So that's that. And then we have a program at the YWCA in Bristol. They have a program for at-risk girls who come to their facilities after school. They get some food, they do homework with them, and then they have many different programs. Symphony of the Mountains offers them a free music lesson every Thursday evening. And we're teaching them to play the recorder, we sing with them, we dance with them, and then we take them 3 times a year on a little tour where they get to perform in nursing homes or in hospitals. And what this does is, of course, we teach them to play the recorder, but they learn a lot of social skills with us, without us even explaining. Because the group is only as good as the weakest link, and they very quickly start helping each other and teaching each other. So you see those kids who at the beginning barely make eye contact. At the end of the year, they perform, and then we always have them write cards that they can hand out in the nursing home. So they learn a lot of social skills there as well. That's just a few of the educational programs we had. I could go on and on. The next is enriching. Educating and entertaining leads to enriching, in my opinion. One of the big concerts we do every year is the holiday concert here at Eastman and then at Emery and Henry. I'm just taking that as an example. We have over 400 performers on those concerts. The fully professional orchestra, then the Voices of the Mountains, which is the choir that is under our umbrella. We have the Mountain Empire Children's Choral Academy, the Academy of Strings, the violin players, Mountain Mission School Choir from Grundy. They're mostly African children who live there, who are orphans or from very difficult situations. They get to perform with us. We have soloists. So we bring, and of course, Santa. So we fill the hall and bring everyone together. It gives those kids the chance to perform with us, but it also gives the children in the audience a chance to see their peers up there, and hopefully it will give them the courage to maybe pick something up. Another one like that we do every 2 years is a Black History celebration concert. We call it Our Voices Rise Together. We just did one at the end of this February in collaboration with Eastman. What that is again the orchestra and our chorus, and then we had the ETSU International and Gospel Choir, the Unity Choir, which consists of several African American church choirs. We had again the Mountain Mission School Choir. Then Amethyst Kia from Johnson City was performing, and Jay Flack was painting while she was performing. So we have a painting from that concert. It's all about unity. The concert is not about showing how we are different, but about showing how we are the same. One of my main goals is to bring people together in peace and joy through music. I'm going to show you a little clip of this concert and you will know what I'm talking about. Everyone singing together on their feet. It's amazing. I think that concert brings the community together in a very special way. Another program we started three years ago, we called Path to Dignity. Path to Dignity brings music to people who are unsheltered or have been unsheltered, or just can't help themselves right now. They're in a situation where they can't help themselves. So we started this 3 years ago with a concert in Bristol, where we brought everyone together and we played small pieces of music. And then we co-commissioned a violin concerto that was called Path to Dignity, and a world-renowned soloist also with a Stradivarius violin, the one that flew in Finland, came in to perform that. What we are doing is we have small groups like chamber groups, a string duet, a brass quintet, a steel drum group, and they go and perform in agencies that help. They do small concerts while food is handed out. We do that about 4 times a year, and we're trying to always send the same musicians so that relationships can be built. Then we invite everyone to come to our concerts for free. And after doing this for 3 years, we usually have about 25 to 35 people who actually take advantage of it and come in. So one of those concerts is always at the Cumberland Park up in Bristol. Oh, sorry, back to the other. Oh, here you see some more. It just had stopped. Okay. This gentleman here on the podium is Logan. Logan is homeless in the Bristol area. Whenever I see Logan, he is singing. He has a beautiful voice. He wants to do music. So last summer he came to our concert at the Cumberland Park, and I asked him, I said, Logan, would you like to conduct the symphony? Because there's a Sousa march and, you know, the percussion player can help. And Logan was very excited. And we had him conduct the Symphony of the Mountains. Did I break it? click again. Might be.
It was fantastic. I love it. It's like a thrill. It's like a dream come true.
That's Logan. Another lady is Angel. Angel, whenever I see her, I volunteer at the Haven of Rest in Bristol. She sings as well. And one day, about a year ago, she came up and she sang this amazing song. And I was like, Angel, what is this? And she said, well, I wrote this song. And she showed her notebook to me with the text, with the music. And she said, Matt Smile, who has a tone studio up in Bristol, helped her make a recording. And I said, Angel, how would you feel singing with the symphony? And she started crying and she was so happy. So I called Matt and I said, Matt, would you give us permission to orchestrate this song? So I gave it to Steve Sensenig, our arranger, and he wrote an orchestra arrangement. And Angel actually got to sing her song with the Symphony of the Mountains. Except that it's not playing. Well, anyway, here she is. There. So Angel was very nervous, as you can probably hear, but that experience, I think, changed a life. Music changed a life. And maybe there were some people in the audience who now look at people who are on the street just slightly differently, because she tells her story in this song. And we know there's all kinds of reasons why people are unsheltered, but this is just one of the stories. Before I show you the closing video, I would love to ask you for a favor. Of course, this doesn't come for free. So please come to our concerts. What I brought to you is also a Path of Dignity program but it's not, but it kind of is. So what we're trying to do is turning this part of our community into not just we perform for you, but you get to perform with us. We're going to do this together. So what this concert on May 17 is, where you have the flyer, it's a collaboration with the Krüger brothers. The Krüger brothers are also from Switzerland, living in North Carolina, big, big names. They are classically European trained, but it's a bluegrass kind of orchestration or instrumentation. Phenomenal musicians. And they were unsheltered in their youth in Switzerland. So they're going to perform with the full Symphony of the Mountains. In addition, Sai Khan, who is a big theater writer and peace activist, walked with Martin Luther King, that type of person. He has written texts that go in between the songs. So it will be like a whole, almost like a theater. We have an actor coming in to read those texts. Jens Krüger has written a piece that is called Here Is My Home, that will be world premiered on that day with Symphony of the Mountains, the Krüger brothers, and the Voices of the Mountains. But we are inviting people from the community who are unsheltered or used to be or know somebody or help to come in and sing with us. We have organized transportation for them for the rehearsal and the concert. They get to perform with the Voices of the Mountains. We're going to give them boxed lunches. We've done some symposiums where we've given out food, so we're going to do that. And then everyone who is going to do all three, the two rehearsals and the concert, is going to get a Food City gift certificate, the ones where you can't buy alcohol and stuff with it, so that there's an incentive. This has been done once in Boston. Oh, and the gentleman who conducts here, by the way, that was a guest conductor. I was in Switzerland taking care of my very ill sister. So just, it wasn't like my hair changed. So he actually tried to do this in Boston, where it was all walking distance, and they got 7 people to sign up. We have 16 outreach concerts between now and May 17 in different agencies, and where people can sign up for this and all of that. So I'm really hoping that some people will take advantage of it, but it's a risk. I don't know what's going to happen. So what I would like to ask you is, please come to our concerts. Just give it a try. The voucher that you have is not just for this May 17 concert, but once next season is announced, you can pick and choose which concert you want, and you just come to that. But also, I do believe in nice advertising and nice posters and all of that, and Facebook and all of that. But let's face it, somebody will come because of a personal connection. I always tell the story of my mailman Carlos in Knoxville. That was, he found out what I was doing and he started acting weird around me. And I said, well, just come to a concert. And I gave him some comp tickets for a Pops concert. And he went and rented a suit and came with his son. And since then goes to every concert he can do. So it's a personal connection that brings people to the hall. And here is who we are. I'm proud to be a part of this organization, and thank you for having me and letting me talk about it, and for all your support. And I'm right on Swiss time. He said 10 minutes for questions. So